How much time have you ever spent playing games as a kid? Whether it was going to the arcade or having a bunch of friends or family at your house playing any kind of Nintendo Mario Party game. Today, I want to talk about the effects on video games have on people. Video games have influenced and been a part of many people's lives, whether good or bad. According to an article by Craig A. Anderson, PhD, on video games and aggressive thoughts and behavior on October 25th, 1990, young men typically have more violent and aggressive tendencies when playing repeat violent video games. For myself, I've been playing games for as long as I can remember. Whether it was with friends, by myself, I've always been drawn to the community and the games and the crowd. I've made friends being online that I continue to talk to this day. And even if I'm not going to be able to be in contact with some of those people in real life, I'm able to be in contact with them online. In a few moments, I want to share with you the diverse effects of video games that have on a person. Also, the amount of entertainment and revenue that video games have been creating. In this speech, I will first inform you about certain video games' avenue of violence. Then, video games have given people community and entertainment. Finally, I will discuss how it has given people a mental escape as well as a safe space. First, let's discuss how video games have somewhat of an avenue for violence. Violent video games are addictive. There isn't hiding that or any trying to reason with it. Some games have created an escape and freedom for people, but with that freedom has given people some sort of an avenue that they feel like they can be more violent and more reckless. According to Max Griffins from Nottingham Trent University, a study on violent video games in children in 1998. After playing video games with aggressive or non-aggressive themes, they found that those who played the aggressive game experienced more enhanced aggression. Children especially are more susceptible to this behavior. A lot of violence has been seen over the years with different shootings and different attachment to video games. However, there are times when someone who is mentally ill that will create their own reality in the game and have it become their own. Now that we've discussed how violent tendencies have come from video games, I want to explain more of the gaming community and the more opportunities that have grown over the years. As an entertainment value, video games has grown the gaming market over the years, as well as a sort of competitive tournament scene. It is a way that people have been given cash prizes and different things like that. Also, there's been a rise of the streaming platform, YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, Facebook. It's given people new jobs and new routes while they're playing games. According to an article written by Simon Reed, the gaming market was moderately low and is now looking to increase to top 10% in the next few years, which is pretty high margin for such a niche community. Now that we have an understanding of how much growth and entertainment video games have, I'll now discuss the mental escape and safe space of the games. Video games have given to people for many generations a mental escape. It has given people an avenue out of the outside world. The COVID pandemic, especially when people were shut in, away from their jobs, away from their friends, away from their families, video games gave people an out and a fantasy that they could delve themselves into, as well as connect with their friends and family over the internet. According to an article written by a group of psychologists in 2014, The Beneficial Natures of Gaming, it was seen that those who played games moderately were at a significantly lower rate of depression, and rather than those that have never touched games at all. Now that we have talked about the good and bad of the video games, we could wrap up. Video games have been around for many generations. It is still fairly new. We spoke about the violent nature of video games and how impressionable people can be. We talked about the gaming community and the revenue that has been creating, and we've also talked about the mental escape as well as the safe space that the games have created. Games should be a sense of safe and not a sense of addiction. Everything is within moderation. This is especially that sort of thing. But get your controller, get your keyboard, see what games you can play and find, and maybe you'll have some fun.